Hey everyone, it is me FC, and today I am going to be going over the weight token. So, I just went through the white paper and I want to know a couple of things that it has, but I think this is a really cool project because it is basically like incentivizing everyone in this waiting period for PulseChain to come out. They have 8 different tokens you can claim weight tokens from, which is really great. And it all is dependent on if you sacrifice for those projects. So we can do 2 different things. We can launch their D app, and I'm actually just going to show you this super quick. Let me make this full screen. Okay, so here you can see that we have these different sacrifices. So you can come in here, you can connect your wallet, you can then check your eligibility, and then it will give you like the different sacrifice amounts or weight amounts that you get from the different sacrifices. You can also check it through the demo site and check their database to see if you have a any of your amounts through that. And that's actually what I ended up doing. When I went in to come and do this, I was going to connect to the contract, and when I first saw it, it was like $2 for the gas fee, and I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. And then it jumped to $45, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a chill pill real quick and just do this later. So I haven't gone in and done it yet, but I'm waiting for the gas fees to go down. Okay, so then we click learn more, and we can download their white paper. Sweet. And there are honestly a lot of different things going on within this white paper. It's a white paper, so it's literally going over everything that this project has. So there are some things I'm not going to cover, so I would recommend coming and reading it yourself. It's only 16 pages, but it's not like a full 16 pages, if that makes sense. But if we come in right here, it talks about how it is an ERC20 token, and what the purpose is to be able to accumulate different weight tokens until PulseChain comes out. So what I'm going to do, so this is not financial advice, but this is what I'm going to do, is I can see that I have weight tokens for the different sacrifices that I've done. Now, it was really nice because I couldn't remember which ones I sacrificed for, and so it was a good confirmation of which ones I did sacrifice for, because I was pretty sure I did for those specific ones. I sacrificed for 4 of the 8. PulseChain was not one of them, which was really sad, but that's okay. But what happens is you can claim these weight tokens, but every single day that goes past July 5th, which was the release date of the project, you accumulate more, okay? And so you accumulate more, and you're supposed to claim at some point, okay? And you want to claim because before PulseChain releases, because if you miss it, you get 0 of the weight tokens. So hence the weight. But you're kind of doing kind of a little bit of a bet of trying to maximize how many tokens you can get to, when the release actually is. So come look through all this. There was something that I wanted to know as I read through it. Is there is one, I think it's called a manager function, that they are very transparent about. So let me see if I can find it. Oh yes, it's right here. So because it's impossible to know which PulseChain will launch or when it will launch, the weight contract requires that a manager function be run post-fork. This function can be run one time only on each chain, Pulse and Ethereum, and the manager function halts all weight claims, distributes the midnight bonus, and locks the manager from all future non-public functions. We appreciate that this is an imperfect solution, so if you could ask Richard to tell us when the launch date is, we'll hard code it into the contract. So what they're saying is it's not fully automatic, that they're going to have to go in and run something, which I can see would be a problem for some people, that there is this manager function that they're actually going to have to go in and do something with. So it's not fully, I don't want to say complete because it is, because they have this, but it's not fully locked. That's a better word. And that's okay. Like, they are so transparent in that throughout the entire white paper that I think that it shows that it's okay. And also, they don't know when PulseChain is going to launch. We don't know when PulseChain is going to launch. And so because of that, like, they can't hard code the date to stop allowing people to claim. So from a coder perspective, like, it's not a red flag. Like, it totally makes sense. Now, there's something called the midnight bonus, and I kind of want to go over that a little bit. Let's see. If we scroll down, midnight bonus. So only 3% of Bitcoin holders claim their free hex. Therefore, it is unlikely that all eligible addresses will claim their free weight. When PulseChain launches, the unclaimed weight will be distributed proportionally to those that did claim based on the number of shares they received when they minted their weight. So 1 weight also equals 1 share of the midnight bonus. So this is kind of cool. So PulseChain will launch, and then, not everyone is going to have claimed. And so 50% of the midnight bonus is going to go to people who sacrificed and who claimed their weight. And then the other 50% is going to go to something that is called, let's see, I don't want to call it the wrong thing, the timekeeper. There we go. So the timekeeper is an ETH address that receives 50% of the midnight bonus when PulseChain launches, and it has no other function. Something about their project is it was audited, and they have a certificate, so that's great news. And then it just goes into like different game theory and bonuses, and there are different leagues that you can be in within having the weight. Something that I did find that was interesting in this part is it is possible to go from an anxious ape, which is the bottom 25%, to become a waiting whale. But you have to do specific things, which is kind of listed up here. And if we scroll back up in the white paper, it talks about how many people sacrifice, or how many addresses sacrificed for these different projects, and then it goes in and shows the distribution of the weight tokens. And so it actually doesn't go off how much you sacrificed, it goes off how long you've been waiting since the sacrifice date ended, which I think is cool and more of a fair way to do it, possibly. Anyways, so this is the weight project. It is definitely something that I hope I claim before PulseChain launches, but it is something to keep an eye on, and it's kind of a fun way to go through this waiting period in PulseChain, because it does give you the incentive to, look at this and be up to date with what's going on. And the developers for this really have put the time and effort into it, which is great. If you want to find out more information, download the white paper. There's frequently asked questions. I learned a couple of things from that. If you are missing any of your weight tokens, like it says it isn't showing that you sacrificed it for a specific thing, you can come in here and you can report that. And let's go back to the beginning. You can also find them on Telegram and Twitter. Now the Twitter is this Coast, the OX Coast, and they are the company that are the creators of it. And then, let's see. I did see that they had a Telegram somewhere. Not there. Okay, well, if you're interested in the Telegram, it's somewhere on their website. And I'm excited for this project. I think it's going to be a really good one. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. Bye, everyone.